And hello again, YouTube. Just rolling out of Vinyl Record Dude's store. It's 6:05 p.m. Friday, April 8th, 2022. I was really hoping that Elvis would offer me a ride in whatever the hell direction he was going, or at least a ride to a nearby bus stop. But yeah, that didn't happen, which is I guess I should have expected that, but it's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I really feel like people who don't use transit, people who drive everywhere, that just don't really understand the hardship of those that do use transit in this city. Now, granted, it's different in other places, but it's an extreme hardship here in the Valley of the Sun, and just a simple gesture of hey, which I'm headed this direction. You need a lift to the bus stop. Like that would be great. I mean, especially considering that it's about a mile from their store to the nearest bus stop. But yeah, it didn't happen, which is fine. It's not like he's under any obligation to give me a ride. So, wow, so much traffic on this road with Redfield closed. So it is Gray Road, not Gary. Try to remember that. On the corner of 76th Street and Gray. So actually, it's a little less than a mile to the park and ride where the the 154. Forgot the bus route for a second. Where the 154 starts. So I don't know. In my mind, I always think that store is like right next to Hayden, but it's actually closer to 76th Street. 76th Street being the halfway point between Hayden and Scottsdale Road. In fact, it seems odd to me that it's called 76th Street because in most parts of Scottsdale, 7600 East is not 76th Street, it's Miller Road. But I guess the Scottsdale city planners figured that this one disconnected block was not worthy of being called Miller Road, so they designated it as 76th Street. So anyway, walking back to the 154, didn't even check the transit. Didn't even check the transit schedule to see like how long you'd be waiting there, since it's largely irrelevant. Trying to get there as quick as I can. And I'm definitely getting on the 154, and that should be an easy bus number for me to remember. As I kind of carried on one of my monologues while I was in Portland, although it might have been shortly after I got out of Portland. But anyway, one of my rambling monologues about transit and differences between Portland and Phoenix. One thing I really do like about Phoenix is that the bus routes are numbered based on the 100 block of the main street that they service, and the 154 is no exception, as it mostly services Greenway Road, and the 100 block of Greenway Road is 15400 North, or 15400 North. So Route 154, easy to remember. Or is it 156? Oh, I used to have all those numbers memorized, just absolutely memorized, and now I find that some of them are slipping out of my mind. At the moment, I can't remember if Glendale's 154 or 156. It's because it's kind of an oddball one. Yeah, it's kind of interesting the way Phoenix numbers its streets going north. It all starts with 0 being Washington Street, and then going north to south, it follows the original square city blocks, which are still there, with 100 north being Adams, and 200 north being Madison, and 300 north being Van Buren, 400 north being Polk, and then gets a little erratic after that. Roosevelt Street, which used to be called something else because obviously that street existed before Roosevelt was president. I can't remember what that street used to be called, but anyway, Roosevelt Street, 1000 north. McDowell Road, 1600 north. Thomas Road, 2900 north. And it seems like there's no consistent numbering as we're traveling half miles and miles north. It's because there's not. Yeah, Thomas is 2900 north. Then Indian School, 4100 north. Again, still no consistent numbering because that's an increase of 12 blocks per mile. And then the next one is Camelback at 5000 north. So from 4100 north to 5000 north, that mile is only 9 blocks as numbered blocks. And then it stays consistent for a while. Camelback is 5000. Bethany Home Road or McDonald Drive on the far east side. That's 6,000 north. Glendale Avenue is 7,000 north. Northern is 8,000 north. Dunlap or Olive if you're on the far west, or Doubletree if you're on the east side. That's 9,000 north. And so you'd think that the next one would be 10,000 north, but it's not. And that's where Phoenix loses that nice consistency of 10 blocks north and south equals a mile, which has always seemed really weird to me because generally speaking, 8 blocks east and west equals a mile. So you got to wonder why the city planners for such a large part of the city decided that a mile east and west is 8 blocks, but a mile north and south is 10. But at least the consistency is appreciated and easy to remember. But yeah, so Dunlap is 9,000 north, and then the next one, which is Peoria on the west side, Shea on the east side, is 106 north, so 10600 north. So why they went from 10 blocks a mile to 16 blocks a mile, that's never made any sense to me. I would love to know why that decision was made and who made that decision. Yeah, 16 blocks in that mile, which is weird because then you've got sections where, say between 27th and 35th Avenue, and between Dunlap and Peoria, it's 16 blocks north and that's a square mile, 16 blocks north and south, 8 blocks east and west. Kind of inconsistent. I mean, there's no fixing it now. It is what it is. It would be insane to try to give everybody new addresses and stuff, but for as consistent as Phoenix city planning is in a lot of stuff, that's something that's always kind of drove me nuts, especially when you consider that in Mesa, it's 8 blocks per mile, every mile, starting from Center in Maine, which is 0, and then half mile south, you've got Broadway, which is 400 south, and a half mile north, you've got University, which is 400 north. And the same thing east and west. To the west, you've got Country Club Drive, which is 400 west, and you have Mesa Drive, which is 400 east. And then again, four blocks. 4 blocks every half mile. Oh shit, there goes the 154 right now. Oh shit, hang on, I gotta stop this. I gotta try to run to the next stop, because there's the 154 right there. Damn.